Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel as I bring you another soap making video, and this one is a longtime favorite of mine, Southern Gentleman. It is probably one of my favorite men's scents that I carry. So guys, I hope you enjoy the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. So stay tuned and watch it, and then let's catch up on the other side so we can discuss Southern Gentleman. In here, I just have all of my oils. This is my Firm Fresh line. So there is beef tallow, lard, coconut oil, olive oil. I'm using sunflower because I'm out of safflower. Castor oil and citric acid is in here. And then this is my lye water. I have some goat milk. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in here now so I can blend it in. It's a little chunky because I freeze it. And my kaolin clay. Don't know if I've said that. So all of that's ready to go. I have my 3 colors here. I have Herald Purple from Mad Mica. I have Caribbean Kiss. This is a rustic essential one I got from them when they were being bought out. Same thing with Blue Sparkle, or Blue Sparks, I'm sorry. And I'm really I want these to kind of be used up, and those are why I chose that particular blue and green. My goal is to get those off my shelf by the end of the year. We'll see if it happens. I don't know that I'm going to be making that much soap for that to happen. But everybody needs goals, right? We're going to get this blended in. Where'd my thing go? So this is soap number 2 of the 5 I want to make today. I may be a little ambitious in trying to make 5 of these because it's just been kind of a rough week for me. And, well, actually it's been 2 weeks. My cluster headaches, if you are familiar with those, I have cluster headaches. And they're back. And it's just been rough. It's been a rough couple of weeks. For some reason, I'm getting these headaches, you know, every 1.5 to 2 hours at night. And I do oxygen therapy, I guess is what it's called. I get myself on oxygen as soon as I feel a headache coming on. It does great because normally without oxygen, those headaches will last up to 45 minutes, usually for me. But with the oxygen, I have a solid 5 minutes of excruciating pain, another 5 minutes of it waning, and then, you know, within 10 to 12 minutes on oxygen, it's gone. So I am very thankful, very, very thankful for the oxygen. Please don't get me wrong. But man, it's been rough. They've just been coming and coming and coming. There just doesn't seem to be any relief from the nights of multiple headaches. All that being said, I took this week off because my doctor's gone, and I'm trying to get ready for Covered Bridge. And I'm kind of trying to find some balance in my life as well. And I rediscovered my love of baking, and I rediscovered my love of processing, like pressure canning and those kind of things. I love just being in the kitchen. And I haven't been in the kitchen in a number of years. So I've just kind of rediscovered that. So this weekend, I was not down here at all. I took this last weekend off, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna do a lot of cooking and baking and canning. And the problem is that I didn't get everything done, and I got some things half done. So I have to find some time today to get back upstairs and get some things done, because like I have chicken in my fridge that's waiting for me to make tortillas, and I don't want it to go bad. I have berries in the fridge waiting for me to make jam. I don't want those to go bad. All right, back to soap making. I'm trying not to pull too much off anymore. You know, I think I talked to you guys a while ago about how I tend to pull too much for colors and it gets too busy. And so I'm going to try really hard just to do this much, which does not feel like much at all. At all, at all. I think I'm just going to use a white mica in my base and see what happens there. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and blend this all with my stick blender. Just a quick blast to make sure those micas are well mixed. I know this is backwards, isn't it? I do it every time. I have a thing of water here. I'm going to clean my stick blender off. I'm going to try white satin mica from Micas and More. I've not used this very often, maybe just a couple times. Yes, I have a little dust on that, but I'm not going to worry about a little bit of mica on that. Let's see what happens. I don't think this discolors. Oh, you know what? It discolors to a purple. Well, that's all right. Let's see what happens. I forgot, and maybe that's why I usually do like a full color and no white in the soap. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do as far as design goes either. These soaps I'm making, my focus is to make this as easy as possible on me. Trying to do 5 in one day is a lot for me right now, and so I just really want to make these fairly simple. Oh, it's right in front of me. Heavens, there's quite a bit in here. Let me see. I have an empty bottle right above me that I can tear. I have all of my fragrance oils, empty bottles above me, so I can just do a quick tear. There's 11.6 ounces in there. And so I think if I do 5.5% is 5.75. Alexa, what is 5.75 times 2? 11.65. So if I do a 5.5% load, I have enough for 2 soaps. So one of the things I'm doing more recently, I'm not sure when this video is coming out, so you may already know the big change that's happening in my life. If I've already made the video, I'll link the video here so you can see it. Otherwise, stay tuned. But because of this major life change that is going on in my life, I need to really do things differently down here. And one of the things that I'm doing differently is I'm really minimizing the number of scents I offer and the number of scents I'm actually going to keep on my shelf. This is the first of 2 Micas and More scents I'm doing today. This is definitely a scent I will be keeping in my line. But Micas and More, I love Stephanie, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's hard. You have to plan your scents for when she has them in stock, because she doesn't have every scent in stock at all times. So I just make my plans around all of that. I think I'm just going to do a spoon swirl and not a hanger swirl this time. So this is fairly loose, so I'm going to put maybe all of it. Again, the easier it is on me today, the better, not only because I have 5 soaps, but I'm struggling just mentally right now with being up all night and having so much on my mind that I need some easy ones. I hope you guys are okay with me posting videos of easier soaps. I'm going to make this pretty thick because I don't want a huge number of swirls in there. Does that make sense? So if I did it super thin, then there'd be a lot of swirls. I want this to be somewhat, I don't know, simple in the swirling. So again, thick, just, oh my gosh. Just one time, 1.5 times across However it works out, guys. I'm just trying to make my drops big. Like that. I don't know if you're seeing all of that. All right, let me get a paper towel. I'm not putting that much soap on my rag. All right, and so for a spoon swirl, you can take a spoon, literally a spoon. I usually use my glass rod. I have these glass rods I bought from Amazon to do like stirring when I make cosmetics or whatnot. But I think they make a great swirling spoon. I'm just gonna go like that. And then it's pretty fluid, so I'm just gonna do like big ones on the other side just to give it a little bit more movement, but nothing, hopefully, too busy. I think this is kind of pretty just like it is. I could have not saved any for the top and been just fine. Obviously, until I cut it, I won't know for sure, but I do think that the amount of soap I pulled was much more appropriate this time. And one of the things that I did to get me that part was using these smaller jugs. I don't have very many of these left. I don't know what happened to all of them. I had like 5 or 6 at one point, but maybe I had to throw them away for one reason or another. But I think I only have 2 or 3. But that certainly helps me not pull too much. And I'm going to just clean off the edges and do a quick little swirl. Just like that. Ooh, I like it. That's one of my favorites, and I was totally just not even caring. Look how pretty that looks. All right, lid. There. It's very, very fluid, but I will put this on my heat pad out in the other room. But I'm going to give it a few minutes before I move it and clean up a little bit and kind of reset, and then I'll move it right before I'm ready to move on with my next scent. That way maybe it'll firm up a little bit and I won't mess it up too much by jostling it, by carrying it. Ignore the tray full of soaps next to me. I'm going to let those sit for a day or two before I come back down here and cut them. They're just ready for me. I think I usually don't make this a white soap because of the discoloration that happens on it. I'm pretty sure I kind of forgot that that's kind of not what I do. And I think I was backwards because I just made Perfectly Manly and I made that base a color, and I usually keep it white because it doesn't discolor that badly. Maybe a little bit, but nothing that I have to worry about too much. I don't even remember. But this one does discolor, and that's why I normally make this a blue base, and I forgot. I got those mixed up. I think the top's really pretty. It's not a very strong scent, and I had a commenter say that they bought this on my recommendation because I like it so much. So guys, you know I'm doing a different size in my soap, and I do have usually a little bit of leftover after I create my logs. Well, I cut it like this, and I was supposed to cut it like this. I was supposed to go through here, and I cut it like this. So these both pieces are wrong. Ugh, as usual, I made a mistake. I'm going to have these soaps as just a discount because they're smaller on my website. So I'm going to have 2 variants of this soap. For this one, so I have been cutting this in 2-inch widths, but because this is so wide, I'm only going to do maybe 1.5 inches. I want to see what that looks like. I think 1.5 inches is going to be just fine. Yeah, it's kind of a cube, but that's a honking piece of small soap. This is supposed to be a mini bar, and I think that's going to be fine. I hate it when I make mistakes like that, and I should know better than to make 5 soaps in one day. Some things I just don't know at this stage in the game if I'll ever kind of learn my lesson. So this is a little bit, I'm just gonna go in the middle. I suppose that's close to 1.5 inches. There. So I'm gonna have those 4 mini bars. And I'm done cutting soaps for the night. I need to go upstairs and get some stuff done up there. But I will bring you back when this has completely discolored to whatever it's gonna be. And we'll take a sniff test to see if that fragrance kind of rebounds a little bit. Sometimes it can. I don't remember it being super faint, but it is kind of faint right now, but it's also very, very pleasant. So we'll see what happens. Let's discuss the soap. It is so dang good. So I think I may have mentioned while I was cutting the soap that I did have a comment from one of you that the scent did not stick for you. I will say that when I first cut it, I was a little worried about maybe there was a change because it didn't have a very strong scent. Right now, it has a very strong scent. It is plenty strong enough. For me, it came back. It's a good strong scent for me. I do not have any complaints with the strength of the scent or the soap scent. I have no complaints. So I don't know, maybe give it another smell, but I felt bad because she bought that on my recommendation and then it didn't end up working for her. But it certainly does work for me. I think the scent is perfectly strong. So it did come back. Sometimes soaps are weird that way. It's a men's scent without being super cologne type. It has that vibe, but it's just not over the top cologne. Now I didn't get a very good bar to look at the design. That's not a very good design. I didn't do that. Let me go get a different bar. I gotta look at it. This one's better. It's got some color to it. I really like this. It's so funny because I do remember that I swapped my color scheme for this one in Perfectly Manly, where I usually turn this one a blue base instead of just the white base. It works fine. It is a little discolored, but that's okay. It kind of works with the masculine vibe of the soap, and I don't have any complaints of it, really. I just thought it was kind of funny that I completely swapped what I normally do for those 2 soaps. There's a green, blue, and purple, right? There is a green, blue, and purple in there. So let me know what you think. I think it looks fine. I like the top an awful lot. Here's the littler, more small, the little. This one I think is about, what do I have on there? 3.75 ounces, and this one is closer to that 4.5 ounce mark. I have my labels at 4.25 just to kind of cover any of the soaps that may be just a tiny bit smaller. But it's probably between 4.25 and 4.5 is what this one is. And this one's 3.75-ish. I just try to protect myself and err on the side of marking it a little lower than it actually is. And then I wanted to talk to you about that mistake I made when I cut them. And I had those bars, I ended up cutting those in half. And that way, these are my mini bars, and these are closer to that 1.25 ounce, I think. And together, on their own, they were 3 ounces. And it's really difficult when you're looking to try to do a mini bar and have at least 3 different scents, and you're trying to stay at that 6 ounce parameter. This is half of that. So I did cut those in half. So I can then give 3 or 4 scented soaps when you order a pack. Those mini bars are throwing me for a loop, and I'm really trying to dial in my sizes and keep them to where they are 2 ounces. My goal would be a 2-ish ounce mini bar. I'm really struggling getting there and trying to figure out how wide I want to cut them. They're all over the place right now. But once I get that figured out, the rest of my soaps from the rest of the years that I make soap, will be figured out. It's just that this first year, they're going to be really all over the place. And I know, it is what it is. I'm not going to stress over it. My days of stressing are so long gone. I'm just having fun. And I don't care. Who cares if they're different sizes, right? I'm not going to stress over it. Proud of me, guys? You should be, because it's not easy. I hope you guys had a wonderful time watching the making of Southern Gentlemen. I hope you liked it enough to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And I hope you liked it enough to give me a comment. All of those things help my channel grow. And I hope you liked it enough to stay tuned to next week. Have a great week. I will see you next Saturday. Bye.